Hello everyone, welcome back to the drivers room. We're in the Sunday League again. We're in season 6, we're into round 4 now in T1 again, and today we're driving the Mazda Roadster touring car, one make race again, and we're at Sardinia Road Track B. So we have a grid walk today, bit of a shake up. On pole we have Hydro Type. This is a season debut in the Sunday League this season. So obviously raced with these guys a few times before, very quick driver. First appearance started on pole, mixing things up straight away. And in second place we have F1. He's fourth in the championship at the moment. He missed round 2, so he's only raced in 2 rounds. So fourth in the championship at the moment, starting in second place. And in third place we have myself, DJ Rice, by far my best qualifying this season. My best race finish being 6th place, so I'll be looking to improve on that. In 4th place we have Knee Jogger, 8th in the championship at the moment, picked up a 5th place in round 2. Excuse me. Didn't race in round 3, so another guy who's potentially a round behind in the points at the moment. In 5th place we have Alex, 2nd place in the championship overall at the moment. Good results in the first 2 rounds, so solid driver, starting in 5th today. In 6th place we have Smith, our championship leader, 3 poles out of the first 3 rounds, and 1 win and 2 second places, so he's our championship leader. But starting 6th today, so we'll see how he gets on, starting in the midfield. And in 7th place we have Des, he's 3rd in the championship, strong results in rounds 2 and 3, very consistent driver, so finds himself up in 3rd place in the championship, starting in 7th today. And in 8th place we have Daz, 10th in the championship at the moment, picked up a 8th place in the last round, so I'll be looking to improve again, starting in 8th place today. And in 9th we have Lorcas, 6th in the championship, only raced 2 of the 3 rounds so far. A very quick driver, but obviously a round behind, so see how he gets on today. In 10th place we have Chris, 7th in the championship, also raced in 2 of the 3 rounds, didn't race last round, and had a had a tough first round, so we're looking for a better result today. And at the back in 11th place we have Wilco, 12th in the championship at the moment. He's had a tough first 2 rounds, picked up 7th in round 3, so we'll be looking for a strong result again today. But that's our grid walk for the day. Let's get underway. So yeah, here we are at Sardinia Road Track B, about to get underway. We start with Hydro on pole, looking back through the grid, keep an eye on see if everyone gets away cleanly. We're off. Looks like Hydro and F1 have had a pretty even start. Hydro's going to have the inside into the first corner. I think that was Daz who stalled on the line at the back there. Just drops to the back of the grid. So yeah, Hydro retains his first place. Looks like Nietzsche was making a move on the outside, so I'll just give him a little bit of a nudge and retain my 3rd place, as F1's putting the pressure on Hydro straight away. So it looks like it's Alex up in the 3rd now, so what's happened to Knee's fallen back a little bit. Maybe when he's just gone off after I nudged him, he probably lost a bit of momentum and dropped through the field. These 1-make races, especially in these Mazdas, are going to be very close. So any mistakes, you're going to lose quite a few places. So just about open on the 3rd as F1 has to look up the inside of Hydro Type. Hydro just about holds on. F1 slots in behind again. So Hydro just covers the racing line, but that's given me an opportunity to look up the inside of F1. I think we might just get the move done. Let's move myself into the 2nd. That's F1 down to 3rd, with Alex putting him under pressure now. It's all going off at the front. It looks like F1's got a great exit out of the last corner. Coming down the main straight, it's just about going to get his nose in front. So tucked in for a bit more slipstream. as I cover the inside. But F1 just hangs it around the outside, give him enough room, and yeah, he gets his second place back. It's a great move from F1 back up into second, myself down to third, Alex in fourth, got Knee Jogger in fifth. Getting back up to speed, got Des down in sixth, Smith in seventh, Lucas in eighth, Chris in ninth, Wilco 10th, and Daz in 11th after stalling on the grid. Rejoin the leaders, he's got a little bit of a gap to F1 now. I'm not that far behind F1 either. Looks pretty much like the top six are in a bit of a train at the moment. It gets a little bit messy around that tight right-hander. So the top six seems to pull a little bit of a gap to Smith in 7th behind. You've got Lucas in 8th. Wilco, Chris and Daz still very close together at the back. Daz closed that gap right up now. As has F1 on hydros. He's picked up a slipstream down the main straight. Looks like Alex has got a slipstream on myself as well. As F1 takes a look into the first corner again, gets his nose in front. He's good on the brakes. And, oh, they come together a little bit. Oh, it all gets a bit messy. That puts Hydro back down to fourth. It's myself and Alex coming through after that little coming together. So yeah, as Hydro's about to lose another place to Knee Jogger by the looks of it. As Des goes a little bit wide there, they're coming together with Knee Jogger and Hydro. Moves Smith up into 6th place. Right behind me now, coming onto the sharp right-hander, heavy braking zone. Looks like everyone makes it through. It looks like Wilco's dropped down to 11th now, so it's Daz up into 10th. See if we can put a bit of pressure onto Chris. See if Wilco can get his place back coming onto the main straight if he stays in the slipstream. So it's Alex up in the 2nd place. Let's take a little look back. So yeah, rejoin Alex, that 3. It's putting me under pressure. Oh, this looks like we're scrolling back through the grid. That looks like where Alex got the job done coming out of the right-hander. So that's Alex up in the 2nd. See if he can put the pressure on F1 in the lead. Jogger and 4th, Hydro right behind. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th very close together. As Alex picks up a late slipstream, so F1's just going to cover it off. Goes defensive into the first corner, but Alex is going to have good momentum coming out now, but F1 just positioning his car well enough. But Alex forces the issue, nearly gets up the inside, but falls back in line. Just keep an eye on these front runners for a minute. So Alex, having started 5th, obviously got a lot more pace. So F1's defensive into this corner again, positions his car, yeah, just blocks that corner, gives Alex nowhere to go. So while this is going on, this is closing the field up behind as Alex gets the inside for this left. A little bit of trading paint, but I think Alex will just about get the job done coming in this next left-hander. Oh, so it looks like I've outbroke myself a little bit, shunted F1 off the track, so that's me down to 5th, F1 down to 4th, with Des with the momentum as well. So looks like F1 might, no, Des takes a late look up the inside, so that's Des up to 4th as well. Yeah, I might got a bit distracted by the fight going on between Alex and F1, got caught out a little bit late on the brakes, and yeah, not a good move. So rejoin, have a look further up the field now, so that's Alex in first place, we've got Nijog in second, getting chased by Smith. Excuse me, as they come through these fast sweeping left-handers, flat out into the heavy braking zone. See what Smith can do. So it goes really wide, just about keeps it together. That's Des has had a spin. He's lost it coming out of that, and he's lost about 4 places. So he was in 4th, all the way down to 9th now. So Wilco just coming out of that corner, so not far behind, so yeah, it's a shame. He's rejoined the leader, Alex, he's got a bit of a gap to knee jogger. So the top 3 got a tiny gap, looks like everyone's picked the pace up, he's closing that gap to Smith again. Got myself down in 5th, got Hydro type right behind the pole sitter. I didn't have to go defensive then, maybe on the next lap I'll have to think about defending my position. So Hydro type's looking to not looking to hang about. Down in 7th, Chris not that far behind, Des down in 9th, recovering after that spin. Wilco in 10th, just finding some pace now to see his personal best 1:36.5. To the 10-minute mark now. Just looking at the fuel, doesn't look like there's going to be any stops for fuel this race. Forgot to mention on the grid, everyone's starting on the sport soft tyres as well. They're, as you can probably see, the tyre wear is absolutely minimal with this car. So it's a flat as Alex picks up a penalty, so he's going to lose a bonus for that. 3-point clean race bonus in the Sunday League for not receiving the dreaded red dot at the end of the race. Nijog in second, looks like Smith's going to have a look. Nijog was a little bit untidy coming out of the corner, but no space for Smith to make a move on him. But yeah, these guys start fighting, that's going to play into the hands of F1. A little bit of no man's land in 4th. And it looks like Hydro type's got the job done on myself. Let's take a look back. Rejoin hydro type, yeah, just coming onto the main straight, so very close at the start. Straight doesn't even need the slipstream. Got a much better exit coming in, and yeah, gets the job done into the first corner, I'd imagine. So we've got hydro type back up into 5th place. So myself dropping down into 6th. So yeah, rejoin 2nd place Nijo. Goes really close the gap to Alex now as well. So these so yeah, that was just where Nijo got a little bit untidy, but Alex by no means running away with this race at the moment. I think we've had at least 3 different leaders of the race so far in the first 10 minutes. Oh yeah. Nothing said or done yet. So this goes to now to get rid of a penalty next. The gap seems to close quite a bit again. There's Nijog and loses it. Oh no, that's a massive moment. As he drops down the grid. Yeah, that dreaded right hand. They'll have to find out the name of it, but yeah, just a couple of wheels on the grass, and back end just kicked out, and that was the end of that. He's down to 8th now from 2nd place, so that's Smith up in the 2nd. So he can chase down Alex now. F1 back up into the podium places in 3rd. Hydro top type in 4th. He's closed that gap massively already. He's probably one of the fastest men on track at the moment. Myself up to 5th. Lucas in 6th, Chris very close behind in 7th still. Nijogger recovering in 8th, see if he can make some positions just over a third of the way through the race. So no pit stops this race, it's going to be flat out for half an hour, no fuel saving. Yeah, this car's Des has a big moment. I was just about to say, as this car's bitten a few people in the arse already. It's a great car. Des down to 10th. It looks like we've lost Des somewhere as well, so Des might have had a disconnect. 10 runners left in the race now, so Des down to 10th after that moment. Will go up into 9th. Yes, yeah, it's a reasonably easy car to drive, but doesn't like going over the limit. I've literally had a couple of hours practice before this race. Literally bought the car for this race, and yeah, still had a lot more time to find with it. But yeah, it's a fine line between, as with most cars, it's a fine line between finding a limit and going over it. So anyway, we've rejoined the leader, Alex, in 1st place. 1 minute 35s. 35s, 36s for Smith, so that gap's pretty much maintaining the same. So Smith in 2nd place. We've got F1 in 3rd. Hydro's just gone purple in his last lap, so absolutely on it now. After that coming together with F1 early in the race, setting back quite a bit. He's charged his way back through, and he's back up in 4th and putting F1 under pressure. As he going sideways coming out of that corner. I'll just stay with these two guys for a minute. Himself in a position onto the main straight again. It's easily the best overtaking opportunity on the track. First braking zone in the lap. Yeah, looks like he's had a good exit and he's very close. F1 thinks about going defensive, but at this point in the race, Hydro's showing a hell of a lot of pace, probably best just to let him go, not fire too much. But, this goes up the inside of turn 1. See if F1 can stay with him. If Hydro can pull a bit of a gap. About staying with him at the moment. Just tucked in from his first left-handers. Great part of the circuit. Come from this difficult right, there's come so many people out already. So they're both on the limit, both very tiny. I think Hydro's just got enough to keep F1 at bay at the moment. Gap, F1 will get some slipstream, but don't think it's going to be enough to make a move into the first corner, as Hydro looks like he's closing the gap with Smith already as well. So there we go, Alex first, Smith second, Hydro in third, F1 in fourth. Got myself in fifth, Lucas in sixth, looks like he's closed that gap right behind me as well. Chris in seventh, Knee in eighth, and Knee's closed the gap to Chris as well after his massive pranging at the barriers. Looks like he's setting himself up. Just about keeping the gap to Lucas at the moment. Just as I switch away, looks like Chris ran a little bit wide, but he's got the inside for this long right-hander. He's ready to pounce. He's just got the inside of this corner thing. Just about makes it stick through this fast left. Chris is going to have the inside for his right hand. It's a good little battle developing. I think Knee's just about got the job done there, so he's back up in 7th. Close the gap to Lucas next as well. Just about managing to stay ahead. Keeping a good gap onto the main straight. Rejoin the leader. Alex setting his personal best of the race, as does Smith. Right, a big ghosting out moment. So Alex just getting rid of a penalty again, I think. Smith's closed that gap right up. Smith for a minute as just for the out and out lead of the race. It's a good exit from Alex. Hydro's really closing that gap as he's got purple again. So he's got ahead of F1, set a new personal best, and he's going to be right behind Smith coming on the main straight. So Smith's had a good exit though, so might just have done enough. Oh yeah, Smith just stays it. like Lucas has got the job done on myself into the first corner as well, so it's Lucas up into 5th. It's another consistent race from Lucas. Finds himself up in the 5th place. Myself down in 6th, got Knee in 7th. Chris down in 8th. Des in 9th. Wilco close behind in 10th. Really starting to find some consistent lap times now. So look at that top 3. Second between them as Smith takes a lunge up the inside. I think he gives that place back straight away as a little bit of a leery one. But that's put Alex under pressure from Hydro. As Hydro's looking, he's round the outside, but as Alex just positions his car well. But yet again, coming onto the main straight, he's going to be on the slipstream as F1's closed right up behind Smith as well after that little coming together. So we've got Hydro behind Alex, we've got F1 behind Smith, top 4 coming down the main straight. So it looks like Hydro's just going to yield, but it looks like F1's got the job done, so Smith down to 4th place now from 2nd. F1 back up into 3rd. It's all going off at the front still, so Alex still holding on to 1st place, doing well. But it's definitely looking like Hydro's the man to beat today. He's absolutely on it as he goes a little bit wide, kicking a load of gravel everywhere, but keeps his speed up. If running further, looks like Smith's dropped back off the top 3 a little bit. See what happens when these guys start fighting. So Alex goes really wide in the lead as well. Really a lot of time to be gained around that corner and a lot of time to be lost. That's a massive corner cut from Alex there. So yeah, he's gonna get another penalty to shed. Top 3 so close, 22 minutes into this race, and barely a second between the top 3. So Alex ghosting out, ditching that penalty, but that's going to close the gap for Hydro to put him under pressure again. He's picked up another 2nd penalty there. So good job these ain't accumulating. Front's dropped back a little bit. Hydro's still going purple. So yeah, quite a gap back to the top 4 to 5th place Lucas. Comfortable gap to myself now. Knee jogger in 7th, still closing that gap up to myself. So sounded a bit skiddy then. I think Lucas might have lost a little bit of time around that corner. So yeah, knee jogger in 7th, Chris in 8th. Des in 9th, personal best a couple of laps ago. Wilco in 10th, 1 minute 38 last time around. Rejoin the leader, Hydro's putting him under pressure on the main straight again. See what he does, we'll see what happens in the braking zone. As he's ghosted out, getting rid of a penalty, and well, I would have thought he would have yielded that. So yeah, manages to ghost out and just about retain the lead. Hydro absolutely chomping at the bit to get that first place back. F1 in third, watching this all unfold. Smith's picked the pace up again. It's steady fourth place now. Lucas in fifth, myself not that far behind in sixth. So Lucas goes a little bit wide. It's going to give me a little bit of a look, but let's come through these left-handers. Lucas goes defensive. So I've got a better exit there, but just got nowhere to go. Can't do much around the outside of these corners. Just get run off the track. I've got the inside of this left-hander. Side by side. Just think better of it and try and get a run on the main straight. So Lucas going a little bit wide. Definitely looking to defend this position as he sticks to the left hand side of the track. Let's move back over into the braking zone. Good defensive driving, can't do anything there. So this is like Hydro's having another nibble at the leader. Alex absolutely defending his socks off. Less than 5 minutes to go in this race now, so victory is within sight of these guys now. A minute and a half per lap. Looking about another 2 laps after this. At race completion. A quick run down through the grid as we come onto the main straight as Alex and Hydro go wide there. So Alex in first, Hydro second, F1 in third, Smith in fourth place, Lucas in fifth, myself in sixth, close behind, Knee-Jogger closing that gap in seventh as well. Got Chris in 8th, Des in 9th, Wilco in 10th. And that looks like Hydro's got the job done into the first corner. We'll have to take a look back. So rejoin these guys on the main straight. So Hydro's well in the slipstream. Seems to be a lot later on the brakes anyway, so he takes it inside. Yeah, almost a car length in front going into the corner. Alex will get a better run, but I think Hydro will do enough and just put his car in the right place, or will he? No, that's Alex back up in the first place and got the inside of this corner. So these two guys, there's Alex get a little bit slow coming out, but again there's nowhere for Hydro to go. Alex making his car as wide as possible at the moment. Hydro just can't get his nose in front where it counts. A tricky right handle again. As F1 gets a little bit out of shape. I think we'll have to stay with these guys to the end of the race now. We've got a minute and a half left, so one more lap after this. 15 tidy that time, coming onto the main straight again. Let's ride on board with Hydro. Coming on to the last lap. So he dives out late. He's a lot later on the brakes, but see what his momentum's like. Coming out of this corner. It's Alex on the left again. There he is. but that is it. Hydro's got the job done. He's in front on the last lap of this 30-minute race. Fantastic effort. I think there's been an accident at the back. Yeah, there's a rejoin with myself, DJ Rice. Just following Lucas. Got knee jogger right behind me now as well. So, just coming onto the main straight. Oh, get all out of shape. Smashing at the barriers. Absolutely bin it. On the second to last lap. So that is me down in the 7th. Chris hot on my tails. Probably looking to take that 7th place. So back to the leader on the final lap now. So he's ahead of Alex. Finally got the job done. He's had a tough race, had a coming together with F1 early in the race, dropped right back through the field, but he's absolutely lit the track up. As soon as he's had clear air in front of him, he's closed up any gap. Alex, although very tough to pass, he finally got the job done and gets himself up in the first place, but the top 4 on this last lap. No pressure, but yeah, you can go first to 4th. Very easy. Second to last left-hander. So come up to this final west section. And onto the main straight. We've got Hydro. As he keeps it tidy. Hydro starting on pole, fastest lap. Takes the win. Fantastic drive. We've got Alex in 2nd, just about. We've got F1 in 3rd, and we've got Smith in 4th. All very close together, barely a 2nd between the top 4. So we've got Lucas up in the 5th as well. Quiet race, no mistakes really, and he's just picked up another good result there. Knee jogger in 6th. Mistake for him. Yeah, it looks like Chris has nabbed 7th place off of myself as well. So Chris in 7th, myself in 8th. Des down in 9th, and we have got Wilco in 10th. So that's it for this week. This was the Drivers Room Sunday League Season 6 Round 4 Tier 1. See you next week.